Hey everybody, how are you today? It's your pal Boise with another daily sobriety vlog. Yay! Another day sober, yeah. What's going on with my hair? Out of control today, man. Just wild today. My sobriety record, here we go. Today's Friday, May 15th, for those of you keeping score at home. I have been sober for 14,290 days. That means 39 years, 1 month, and 12 days. 469 months and 12 days. Ooh, yeah. So, cheers. I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. There it is. See it? The most iconic image and album cover ever. And in case you weren't sure who the hell it was, there it is, Pink Floyd. One of the things I was glad when I got out of treatment that I'd still enjoy the music. But then I thought about it later because my cousin mentioned that I'd always been in loving music and I've always been an outgoing guy. So the drugs just took over and hijacked me. And from there, I thought it was because of the drugs was my personality. Because I was 11 years old when someone mentioned Pink Floyd in school. And I didn't buy the record till I was about 14 because I knew it had to do with, insinuated drug use and whatnot. Dad might not like that. He wouldn't even know, but so I didn't get it until later. So I enjoyed it when I was a kid and sober. Then later on when I was at high school parties and smoking and drinking, and then it became kind of the background wallpaper. And it's like, oh, cool. It's one of those laid back parties. Everyone's high as a kite and chilling. And that's when I started thinking that was my personality. Here I go, here I go, here I go, off to left field. Forgetting that I already heard the music and already enjoyed the music, and that wasn't part of my personality. I just allowed it to become my personality. I actually allowed the drugs to take over my personality. At the time, I thought I was enhancing it, and perhaps I might have even been enhancing it, but then it totally destroyed my personality, so. Cheers. There's always that to look forward to when you're on a downward spiral. The weirdest and hard thing about a downward spiral is when you sober up, you have to make that dizzying journey back up to reality and stay there. That's an adjustment. But speaking of adjustments, I got myself, what a great segue to go to a chiropractor. He fixed my back. This is really cool. It's another question. I get some really cool ones. They hand them over to me. What specific day-to-day habits have helped you stay anchored in your recovery across the different stages of your life? That's cool, the different stages of my life, because I sobered up at 27. And like I say, famously, someone pointed out, hey, you didn't join the 27 club. Sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, Janice. Sorry, Jim. You all went in there accidentally and Kurt pulled the trigger to get in there, but yeah, I didn't do it at all. And, but I'm nowhere near that kid then. If you called me a kid when I was 27, I probably would have punched you out because I'm a man. Thank God. I got married a few years later. I'm a man. It's like, man, I look back, kind of a kid. Look back in my 30s. That's another stage. Then I was already sober. I remember when I turned 30, they had a over-the-hill party. Black napkins, black cake. The cake had a tombstone, said rest in peace, had a vulture on it. Everything was death. Like, you're over the hill, you're doomed, it's all over. And everybody was kind of pissed off that I was excited to be 30. What? It's because I wasn't dead at 27. So through sobriety and through treatment, I've been out of treatment for I've been, off of probation for a year. and I'd been out of treatment for 2.5 years, they tell you to start counting your life over again. So at that point, I was 3 years old. So I was excited to not be dead and try to put this fractured life back together again, which was a challenge, but it was something I really wanted to do. Were you afraid? I was terrified. I look back and I think, man, that kid was just blind. He just kept pushing forward no matter what. No matter how scared he was, he kept pushing forward. You get scared, you get terrified. It's the scariest thing ever. In the first 5-6 years of your sobriety, you're like, oh, damn, are you serious? Holy Christ. Hopefully you don't make that face on the outside, but you definitely make it on the inside. And it takes a while before you really get your sea legs, as I say. And the thing that has kept me well through the whole course of my journey as I keep heading out and going through my changes and stages of life and kept pushing forward. Well, what it was, and you'll hear me say this all the time, we have a hole in our soul, baby. Some of us got a little tear, some of us got a big hole, some of us got a gaping hole. Some of us just gets ripped wide open. Every child has been damaged one way or the other. I've been damaged. You've been damaged. Your mother and father were damaged. Your brother and sister were damaged. All different types, varying degrees, but we've all been damaged. Like a car in a parking lot at Walmart, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get scratched. You're gonna get a cart hit you. Something's gonna happen. Some cars actually get totaled. Slow down in Walmart's parking lot, would you please? The thing is, when you're becoming sober, that's what you have to work on. And the whole time you're fearful too. But that's what you work on to get better. Even if you're not an addict and you're not hooked on cocaine or destroyed your life with heroin or just drank yourself into a absolute effing oblivion and made a complete ass out of yourself. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. You have to work on that hole in your soul. You have to be able to speak, express yourself. And they teach you that in treatment because we're just really restricted on how we talk, but the pain is still there. And we learn to talk and we try to get over our fear of rejection, because nothing worse than being afraid and trying to hide that fear in front of people so they're rooting you on in your sobriety and you're like, holy shit, I'm terrified, man. But you don't want to say that. You might hint it, or you might tell someone who you're really close to privately. But you'll definitely share it and know it when you're in treatment, or you're in, say, a program, an AA program, or something of that nature. Yeah, you're gonna share your fears, because you're gonna have those fears, and you have to talk about them. It's the only way you get over it. And just because you talk about it once does not make it whole, does not make you whole again at all. It can affect you in many different ways. But seriously, it's about being open as you can and share these things with people that are in the same boat as you. Eventually you can share it with people in your family. Eventually you can share it with everybody. If you ever see some of the videos that we put up called the Drive-By, where I'm doing ride shares and I'm meeting different Houstonians and people from out of town. Now, I don't mention it all the time, but you already know that I've been sober for 39 years, no drugs, no alcohol. So you already know that, so you're looking at it through that lens when I'm talking to people. But then sometimes someone like the other night said, yeah, I'm going to an AA meeting. Yeah, I'm from out of town, from Washington, D.C. All right. And just having a rough one, I want to have a meeting. Excellent. We're going to the church. I bring people there every now and then. That's cool. And then I told him I was sober for 39 years. What? And then we had a conversation. And it was fun. So sometimes it's really cool. I mention it more often during the daylight when I'm talking to people. Never really if I'm working late at night, got the itch to drive and I'm downtown and the bars just closed in downtown beautiful Houston, in the 4th largest city in the United States, and everybody's trying to get an Uber and Lyft home and they are 3 sheets to the wind. That is not the time I mention it. Cheers, because then I would sound like a pompous ass, or I might not try to, but I would come off to them as, I had a great night. Cool. Yeah, I got ripped up at a good time, man. I've been sober for 39 years. What the hell? What are you selling? Get out of here. They do not want me to be the mayor of Drunk Town, okay? Or Cocaine Town. The people who fall hard and crash and burn and can't believe they destroyed their lives and don't even know what they're going to do with themselves, that's when they need me. That's when I'm there for them. That's why I'm here, to pay it forward for those folks. But the thing that during the stages of my life is taking care of that hole in my soul and being honest. And every day when you close it, something happens that rips it open a little more. It never completely seals. Thank God it's not a dam or the water would have ran through and ripped it to shreds and killed everybody in the town below. But like a Jonestown flood. But no, that never happened, thank goodness. But something can get you at work, something can get you in your relationship. Your children might say something that offend or hurt you, and you can even think, well, God, I've been sober for whatever, you fill in the blank. I can say to myself, I've been sober for 39 years. How dare you talk to me like that? Well, if it really upsets me, what did they say that that made me so upset? What degree of truth was in there? So obviously I need to reevaluate my sober situation and look at myself a little closer. I must be getting sloppy somewhere in my program, my personal program. And that's when you have to look at yourself again, because we can slip, and I don't mean slip like using again, but we can slip in our program where we fall behind or we trip ourselves up, and then something doesn't seem quite right. And you have to be able to fix that, because it's going to tear a hole in your soul, but also it's going to affect your sobriety. Because when that kind of stuff happens, you literally are going to say to yourself, what's the point of being sober? Why am I sober? Why did I go through this? My favorite one is, I'm too sober for this shit. It's kind of a proud, defiant thing to say, because it makes me sound like I am not weak, but my addiction makes me weak. The only strength I have is to keep from doing it again. And I tell a lot of guys, women too, but the guys that want to talk to me about it, I said the greatest thing a man can do is to take his biggest weakness and turn it into his greatest strength. Mine was sobriety. And the reaction I get from people over the course of the years started off with, excellent, great. Oh yeah, you needed it, man. Oh, jeez. Huh, I got stories about you that you don't even probably remember. Damn, dude. And as the course of the years went on and piled up, then I was like, that's really cool. You're really doing it. Hey, that's a good milestone. Man, 8 years, cool. God, 9. Oh, I 10, and even decade. Look at that. 15. Wow, really? 20. That's incredible. 25. Holy shit, that's a silver anniversary, man. Some people can't even stay married that long. 30. Woo, what? 35. Are you kidding me? Has it been that long? And just recently 39 years. So I'm getting close to 40 years. Nice round even number come next year, next spring. And I'm always working on that hole in my soul. It never completely fills. You're always a work in progress. You're never a finished painting. You're not like a quick run where you ran the 440 and got a medal. You played a whole football season and you won the championship and you got a title and a trophy. Because then you have to do it again. It doesn't end there. You ran a marathon. That's the hardest. That's the longest. Then what? You got another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. When does it end? When you die. What? You just go. You continue. Life is not a movie. Life is a series of, is a line and a series of things that we mark through it. Anniversary, birthday, birth of a child, graduation, death of a loved one. But it's the same timeline. And it never ends until you end. So you can't look at it like you've been sober, yay, put your flag down, now what? No, you still, there's tomorrow. And that's what they mean by you have to live by, day by day. I always looked at it like a negative thing, like you're barely alive, you can barely make one day. No, now some people get real upset with their sobriety. I'm living day to day, man. And I remember I'd be in treatment with guys. I'm like, hey, we're all trying to live by day, but you sound like you're panicked and you're hanging on the ledge of a building. You're not even standing on the ledge. You're hanging and you could fall at any moment. I'm sitting on top of the building, getting a little sun, got that stupid little mirror thing, get the rest of my turkey neck tan. Yeah, you get that when you get older. Get your turkey neck tan, and I'm drinking some unsweet tea because I'm trying to lay off the sugar, because sugar is no different than cocaine and affects my brain in a bad way. I can get hooked on a lot of things, and all of a sudden I'm drinking soda like I was snorting cocaine. It's an addictive thing, even sugar. That's why when Coca-Cola stopped, when they made cocaine illegal, that's why Coca-Cola, what are we gonna do, man? Well, we'll put in sugar, caffeine. Now they're hooked again. That's why that guy was the CEO of Coke. Cheers. And that's why they call Coca-Cola Coke. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. But we have to just be honest with ourselves. That's the most important thing. Be comfortable in your own skin. That takes a while. And there are some days I'm not. And there are some days I am. And I remember when I was working in the restaurant, and I had this one gal, I wouldn't let her work an extra shift. And I said, well, you know why I keep you around, right? Because I'm the prettiest girl here. And full disclosure, she probably was. I said, no. Christ almighty, you're free tech support on my iPhone. What are you talking about? Got a little secret for you, sister. I stopped sucking in my gut around pretty girls when I was 35. Now I just walk up and go, what's up, baby? No, if you want to pull that crap, find a younger manager. It ain't gonna work on me. And I was feeling comfortable in my own skin. And when I'm, like I am right now, 35 pounds overweight, damn it, I got too much extra skin to be comfortable in. I'm gonna take care of that. And see, that's the thing with my weight. Will go up and down from time to time. You'll see other pictures where I was really thin or when I was really heavier. During the pandemic, I got as heavy as 340 pounds. Good Lord, if I went to a Macy's Day Parade, they would have put ropes on me and walked me down. And during the pandemic, I lost that weight because Kim talked me into becoming a vegan, and I did. Now I'm a vegetarian because I eat some eggs and I eat a little cheese, but otherwise no meats, none of that still. And I lost the weight, but then my arthritis flared and I felt sorry for myself. So what does a junkie do when he feels sad? Well, there's always cocaine. I'll just do the cookies because the sugar rush. And I gained the weight real quick. And ice cream, things of that nature, where I wasn't eating it for a treat. I was eating it like I was self-medicating myself. And then I realized that I was using food the same way I use alcohol and drugs. And here I am sober, but I recognized that pattern and it took me a while to adjust. So I got up to 270 pounds, maybe 280. It was getting up there. And now I'm down to, the last weigh in now is like 243. And I go to the doctor on Monday. But the arthritis is kind of in check right now. And if it does flare up, I'm gonna do my best not to feel sorry for myself and start eating cookies again and certainly not doing cocaine. But that can happen to all of us. So it's something to be aware of. Man, this hair is out of control. I'm looking at the monitor and I'm like, man, I should have wetted this down a little bit. There. It's 1971 all over again. Or maybe 66 with a part instead of a Beatle bang. But anyways, I want to thank you for coming along. Always work on that hole in your soul. We're going to talk about that constantly because that's a big thing with me. And even if you're not an addict, you're still got to work on that because it's something that's hurting you, and it's restricting your ability to share yourself with loved ones, your wife, your husband, your kids. Cheers. And it'll always hold you back. So we're always going to talk about that. It's always going to be a topic that pops up from here to there because it's something I work on every day. And once you realize that you have to work on it every day, then we all work on it every day. Yay. But thank you for the question, especially when you put it in different stages of my life, because you took into consideration that I was sober for almost 4 decades. So even if I was a baby, that's 40 years, I'd be a 40-year-old man. Obviously I was not, and I'm 65. So that's the reason why 40 years, 4 decades, there's a lot of stages in your life. And those of you that are 30 realize that you're a little more on the ball and a little more on top of it than when you were 20. And those of you that are 40 are going to look back at when you were 30 and you're going to realize you're a little more on top of it and a little more on the ball. And those of you that are 50 are going to look back at 40. And the whole time you're looking back knowing that you're on the ball, the other thing is simultaneously thinking, man, if I knew what I knew then, or I wish I felt that good. Because every 10 years when you assess it, you feel like, oh man, I've lost a little body mass. Not here. I'm still overweight. But the definition of my arms are starting to fade, and my legs. I used to have weight lift your legs. I got out of the shower the other day, took a look and went, what? Then I was looking at Mick Jagger's legs, like, how did my legs get so skinny? What the? I actually had women compliment my legs. Like, good, you got some big legs. Look at those calves. Oh, you a farm girl? Hot damn. Now it's almost like, hey, Mick, sing Start Me Up. Oh, you can start me up. The body changes, different stages. Stages keep rearranging, stages of love. Thank you, ZZ Top, stages. Anyways, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming along and just listening and hanging out with my daily sobriety vlog. I appreciate it. Those of you that are helping us with Patreon, thank you. Those of you with Venmo, Cash App, buy me a coffee. Ding, 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 chime. Everything you can do, it's tax exempt, that we can go out and do an outreach program that we can help people. That's what it's all about. And I was talking about you and me being damaged children. Children are the collateral damage of junkies and drunks. And some of us have been Jeffrey Epstein. Some of us have just been smacked and beaten. Some of us have just been ignored. Some of us, mommy takes the 2 little paintings you got, and you can tell what the one sister she likes better. Ooh, Josie, look at that. Mommy's gonna put that right on the refrigerator. Oh, what do you got, Becky? Okay, we'll put that up there too. Becky's been damaged too. Maybe Mama had a bad day, but Becky just got damaged. And if you're Becky, just so you know, I love you. In the words of Ringo. Oh, before I even say that, thank you for spending time with us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the top of my soul. Yay, I got it right. In the words of Ringo, peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I love the fact that you join us. I love the fact that you hang out with us. I love the fact that you love music. You love being sober. You like talking in the community and meeting people down below and keeping this a good community. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the next time on the next video, daily video sobriety. Oh, see Max? He's hanging out. See him over there? Our Russian blue cat. Anyone knows that Russian blues are gray? I don't know where this comes from. Anyways, well then again, the blue Danube, the river's not blue either. Kind of dirty. But right now you're grabbing an atlas going, where the hell is that? It's in Europe. And it goes through my grandmother's country of Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. I will see you again. I'm giving you the long Minnesota goodbye. I'm standing on your front porch just talking for another 5 minutes when I should have ended the video 5 minutes ago. It's a thing we do. Let me get the accent back. It's a thing we do in Minnesota, hey? It's really friendly. It really is, eh? For sure. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you on the next vlog. Bye-bye.